The rollover. The rollover to me is the biggest unknown gem. Knowing this when using a map book will give you the ultimate results. The rollover applies to every part of the map book. The rollover is the part of the law of gender which states that all things need a gestational period. All things need time to grow, mature, and sprout into being. We know it takes 9 months for a child to grow and be born into this world. It takes 10 weeks for a potato or tomato to harvest. The same law applies to our thoughts and our desires. Our thoughts and desires are considered spiritual seeds. They too have a gestational period. Although unlike the others I just mentioned, we do not know how long that period is. Not understanding this law can lead you to giving up on your desires and even depression. But understanding it allows you to incorporate the law of detachment. Okay, have the desire, and with faith, know it will come into existence. The time frame should not be as important because it will eventually happen as long as the intention remains there. I want to liken it to a radar. Okay? Your desires are on their way, but they may be outside of your radar zone. So you currently do not see it coming. But in time, as it gets closer and closer to your radar zone, and once it is within your radar zone, you will. That is why you must hold the desire and thought in your mind. This is why the rollover technique is so significant. Whenever you are unable to meet the timeline you initially set to checkmark something in the map book, roll it over to the next time period. Keep doing this until it becomes completed. I can use my case in regards to this map book. This map book was initially, my desires was to release it 5 years ago. And as I had the book together, it wasn't ready after the first year. So I rolled it over to the next year. And I was still using the map book and I was fine tuning it. And it was just me using it at the time. And I wanted to release it, but it wasn't ready. So as the second year came by, it was in my map as well for the year. And it didn't happen that year. It wasn't ready. I rolled it over to the next year. And then the next year was still working on it, fine tuning it, seeing if it's ready. Wasn't ready. Roll it over to the next year. And then finally, after 5 years, this book is released and it is in your hands right now. I am grateful and thank God. But if it wasn't for the rollover technique, then after the first year, oh man, I never got it done, right? A lot of people give up, but there's no need. It's just that you don't know the time period it's going to take. That's why you keep rolling it over. It could take 10 years, right? Or it could be 1 year. We don't know that time, all right? The only thing that we know is that we take the action steps towards it, right? But a lot of times you notice it will come sooner than you expect, all right? But if not, be detached and know that it will come. Have that faith and know it's going to come, and it will come. So for an example, as you see here, this is the rollover. So we see day one, we have our goals written in for the day, right? And the day's completed, and we have 4 check marks, right? There's 3 goals that we did not get to check mark. It's fine. Just roll it over to the next day. As you see, day 2, we brought those goals over and just roll them over to the next day. So now already in our critical 7, we have 3 goals written in. Now we just need 4 more, right? So we could go to our week, see how we could break down our week. Maybe there's something that we have planned for today, right? Then we go to our focus 11 on the month, and then we go to our year. And within 5 minutes, our next critical 7 is filled and completed. and we're using a rollover technique, so we're not being too attached. We know things are going to get done. We have that faith. Things are getting rolled over, and everything's getting completed in the allocated time that it should.